The night erupted in a blaze of light, a second sun scorching the suburban sky. Shards of twisted metal rained down on the cul-de-sac, smoldering remnants of a drone that HOA President Linda Hargrove had sent trespassing onto my land. Police sirens screamed in the distance, cutting through the chaos. I stood on my porch in slippers, sipping coffee, watching Linda crumble into her ruined ambitions, tears streaking her face. This is my story. You're probably wondering how it all went down. It began when the HOA tried to bulldoze my nuclear reactor, claiming it violated their fence height rules, then planned to slap solar panels and wind turbines on my property. What didn't they know? I've been powering their entire neighborhood for over a decade, and I just flipped the switch off. 15 years ago, I bought this land, not for the view or the quiet, but for space. 10 acres, thick with trees, a stable water table, and a county office too small to care about my plans. I wasn't here to make friends or answer questions. I wanted to build something unique. A micronuclear reactor, legal, compact, and self-regulating, designed for off-grid resilience. I wasn't just some tinkerer. I'd spent 2 decades engineering naval reactors, held 3 patents, and cashed out enough stock to buy this plot where no one would bug me about solar panels. I dug the foundation myself. The control vault went in first, 10 feet underground, shielded by 3 feet of leaded concrete. Intake wells, coolant chambers, and a dispersal tower, disguised as a weather mast, followed. Above ground, it looked like a plain tool shed with a weather vane. No towering fences, no keep-out signs, just a steel door and a keypad hidden behind a grill cover. My house, 200 feet uphill, drew power through a shielded underground line. The real genius was the feed loop, letting me push excess power into the municipal grid anonymously. I was Node 12 Blue in the records, quietly powering the new tract homes half a mile away. For 10 years, no one bothered me. Then the houses came. Farmland across the road turned into cookie-cutter Mediterranean boxes, a suburban grid for people who mistook quiet for control. The HOA, Meadow Creek Covenant, was formed soon after. I got their welcome packet, but I had opted out legally. My land is exempt from their rules. Linda, though, didn't care. She saw my independence as rebellion. Her first letter complained about my fence height. The second called my shed an aesthetic violation. The third hinted at unauthorized energy infrastructure. She knocked once. I didn't answer. She left a neon envelope on my gate and strutted off. 2 weeks later, the county demanded an inspection for environmental violations. I laughed. My reactor had been certified clean by the Department of Energy 3 years prior, under a confidential agreement. No one without federal clearance could know what was inside. But Linda played dirty. She schmoozed a city council newbie at a green homeowners brunch, and soon my land was rezoned on paper to a renewable energy zone. They wanted my plot for a community solar farm, no permission. The inspection was a sham. No radiation, no leaks, but the report, penned by Linda's cousin, fake Inspector Tom Vance, claimed my shed posed unknown risks. Then came the lawsuit, Meadow Creek HOA versus Ethan Caldwell. They argued my reactor was unregulated, annexable, and dangerous, citing its improper fencing. They thought they could seize it, rip out my life's work, and replace it with subsidized solar panels. One morning, diesel engines roared up my drive. 3 bulldozers idled past my gate, followed by SUVs with HOA stickers and a flatbed hauling wind turbine parts. Linda, in a poorly fitted hard hat, pointed at my shed and barked, "That comes down before lunch." I strolled to the gate. The foreman, clutching a clipboard, looked uneasy. "We've got court clearance," he said. "You got a site schematic?" I asked. He didn't. "You're standing above a cooling chamber," I said loudly. I'd step back before the seismic sensors kick in. "Cooling chamber?" the foreman stammered. "As in nuclear?" I nodded. "It's a mahui sealed, unless someone cracks it with, say, a backhoe." Linda stormed over, shouting, "This is community land now." I pulled a laminated DOE placard from my jacket. "You're on federally registered infrastructure. Unauthorized contact is a felony." When Linda scanned the QR code and hit a DOE login wall, her confidence cracked. The bulldozers retreated. I walked to the shed, unlocked the keypad, and flipped the grid isolation switch. The reactors. Hum shifted. It was mine alone now. No more free power for Meadow Creek. Linda didn't knock the next day. She marched. Her SUV screeched up, and she shoved a cease and desist letter into my chest. "Vacate, or we'll do it for you," she hissed. I tossed the letter onto my woodpile. "You don't have jurisdiction," I said. She stormed off, her lawyers tripping behind her. I called a DOE contact I hadn't spoken to in years. "Node 12 Blue," I said. "I need verification." By morning, fresh paperwork arrived, confirming my reactor's federal exemption. That night, HOA flyers blanketed the neighborhood, showing my shed photoshopped to glow like a toxic waste dump. "Danger! Nuclear material near your family," they screamed. The newsletter called my reactor unlicensed, a terrorist threat. I circled every lie, wrote, "If you're so scared, I'll shut it down," and kept it for myself. At their emergency meeting, I flipped the master switch to grid isolated. Lights flickered, then died. The HOA clubhouse went dark mid-speech. Linda's projector failed, her mic cut out, and chaos erupted. I walked in, lit a battery-powered lamp, and spoke. "I'm Ethan Caldwell. For 11 years, I've powered this neighborhood for free. As of tonight, that's over. Good luck with the municipal grid." Linda screamed extortion, but the crowd drowned her out. Freezers defrosted, Teslas wouldn't unlock, and pool pumps stalled. I left them in the dark, their phones flickering like fireflies. Monday, I unleashed a legal storm, backed by DOE counsel. Charges: trespassing on federal infrastructure, attempted seizure, defamation, public endangerment. Discovery exposed Linda's fraud. Tom wasn't a licensed inspector. Her husband's shell company, Sunfield LLC, had signed a solar deal months before, funded by a misused federal grant. The press ate it up. HOA tries to replace nuclear plant with solar, loses power, hit headlines. Neighbors turned on Linda, sharing incriminating recordings. In court, I revealed my credentials: retired Navy engineer, co-inventor of the reactor's tech, holder of classified patents. The judge, a former JAG, shredded the HOA's defense. I won full damages, a $2.6 million fine against the HOA, and $80,000 for myself. Linda was ousted, her accounts frozen. She fled to Nevada, her house unsold, and Meadow Creek's value tanked 50%. The HOA office became a weed-choked ruin. I upgraded my reactor, boron shielding, graphene channels, AI load balancer, and added a discrete solar array just to rub it in. I formed Caldwell Energy LLC, powering only myself and 4 allies. The Wilsons, who baked me cookies. Old Man Harris, who recorded HOA meetings. Mrs. Chun, fined for her roses. And veteran Roy, who guarded my gate. The rest of Meadow Creek got brownouts and candlelit dinners. On the blackout's anniversary, I hosted a barbecue for my gridmates. We toasted with root beer, laughed over a gag solar lantern, and admired my new gate sign: private power station. No trespassing. HOA free. A neon sign glowed behind it. Grid by grit, power by principle. Meadow Creek never recovered. Their smart meters blinked red. Their dreams of solar fizzled. I sat on my porch, reactor humming, fireflies dancing. They built their world on rules. I built mine on the current. Mine kept the lights on. What do you think? Was Ethan justified in cutting the power, or did he go too far? How would you handle an HOA like Meadow Creek? Share your thoughts in the comments, especially on power, justice, and standing up to bullies. Let's hear your stance.